take two. This is Brandy with Stitchin' in Oregon, back for Flosstube number 27, I think. I still don't have any notes. I mean, you guys didn't know that I forgot to take notes. I forgot to take notes like I normally do. I usually have like a notebook. I take the notes and then that's what I tell you. But my dogs got me all frazzled. They were barking. I could not, I like tried 3 times to get them to settle. Now they're in their kennels with a bone. Hopefully we're good for now. Or not. So, long story short, I was supposed to come back the beginning of September. That's when we started school. I'm student teaching. I have twins that started 7th grade. They're in volleyball. So we leave the house at 7 o'clock in the morning and we don't get home until after 5. Practice goes until 5:15 for volleyball every day. So on game days it's later, but anyway, so I just have not had the time or the energy. Sundays have been busy as well. And my husband and I decided to redo our bedroom. That's where I'm at right now. My craft room is a mess currently, so I didn't want to film up there. So this is our bedroom. We created a little nook behind our bed for my stitching / reading space so I could get my stuff out of the living room. Because my craft room is upstairs in our house. I'm really sorry if you can hear my dogs. They are just impossible. Allie, who's the puppy we rescued in June, is going into heat. And we cannot fix her until 2 months after, per our vet. And Gideon, who we have had since last November, because of his size and how fast he has been growing, we cannot fix him until February. So, I think her heat like started yesterday and they're just not super pleasant to be around right now. So anyway, and they can hear me talking, so they know I'm home, and usually they're only in their kennels when I go to work in the morning. So they're probably a little confused, but they have their bones, so they're fine. They're fine. Student teaching is going well. I should be done by mid-December. I'm excited for that. I'm learning a lot. I have a great like mentor teacher. And so yeah, I will be done with everything in December. I will have my master's in special education and my teaching license. So that's exciting. My son starts college here tomorrow, actually, is his first day back to school. And yeah, so a lot going on. Things are going to be kind of out of order. I feel like I have a lot, but I don't think it's actually that much, considering how long it's been. So yeah, I'm going to go over this again real quick. This is a temperature chart I stitched probably 5 years ago. I started it 5 years ago, so it took me a year to finish. This is by Stitchin' Mommy on Etsy. She's also on Flosstube. I'll try to link her down below. I did use mostly her conversion for like the mild temperate, as I'm about an hour from the coast in Oregon, so we're pretty temperate here. This was actually like the hottest it's been since we moved here. I think this summer we had like 2 days where it was in these deep colors. But yeah, that's what this is. And that just stays in my bedroom. Try to keep it away from the dogs. So yeah, all right. So getting into stitching, I have been mostly full coverage because I have been watching Slow Stitch Yogi, I think is what she's called. I'll link her down below. She does a live almost every day for about 3 hours. And I love watching it and like being able to talk to everybody. And since I went back to work, I haven't been able to watch as much, and it makes me sad. But because I have been watching that so much, I have really been feeling my full coverage. So I've done a lot of like 25 minutes a day on my red cottage that I'll show you. And then I've been stitching full coverage mostly. So let's see. Where do we want to start? Let's start with my 25 minutes a day. Okay, this is Red Cottage by Plum Street Samplers. And this is what it looks like. I am stitching this on a 40 count fog from Picture This Plus. And this is where I'm at. I think I have a before picture. I'll try to put it in here. But essentially, I finished the outline of the house. I did the whole roof and the chimneys. I finished a window and started filling in. So, and I have not done this every day. Like, I don't know. I think partly because it's winter stitching, but this is what like the random generator thing picked. And so, yeah, so that's where I'm at on this one. This will go away now. But, you know, I'm happy with the progress that I got on this because that house is a beast, and stitching it on 40 count is not as much fun as you would imagine. And I am stitching it with mostly called for. So, all right. Let's just drop a pair of scissors on the floor. Sorry, we have the like 360 for our kids, and it just said they left school. So that's what I was. Anyway, that's all right. I also worked on. Sorry. I also worked on Tiki Beach Sunset. This is artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is what it will look like. I am currently 24.39% complete on this, and I got a lot done when I was working on this. I'm a different stitcher now than when I started this. So when I originally started this, I started in this bottom corner with the flower, worked my way across. So I've been working my way up. My son must be up. But this time, what I did was I worked in here mostly. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I must have done about 1,000 stitches on this while I was working on it. And I love this project a lot. I did do a little bit over here too. Not a whole lot, but a little. So if I have a before picture, I'll put it in, but I don't know if I do. And on this one, I am parking some. Like, I have been trying to do the 10 by 10 squares because for a while I was miscounting on this. So like down in this sand, I have a lot of counting errors, and so I'm trying to fix that. But everything from here up was correct. So this is what I'm trying to go across to make sure everything is correct, and then wiggle waggle from there down. I started this project probably 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. I took it to Hawaii with us when we moved here. So that was fun. Should really have more done on it. But I go through these like spurts with full coverage. Like I always love, excuse me, full coverage in the way that they look. But a lot of the time I'll get bored. So my son is moving. I can hear him up there. He's going to come down here making a lot of noise because I have to open my bedroom door so that the dogs wouldn't flip out. Okay, I do have two finishes, but I'm going to show those later. Okay. I'm going to have to put a picture of what this one will look like. This is Poisonous Plants by the Witchy Stitcher. This is for my son. And it is stitched on a 28 count. Place. Okay. Hopefully my son can keep the dogs entertained now. Okay, as I was saying, this is Poisonous Plants by the Witchy Stitcher. Last time I worked on this, I finished this, started this one here. Sorry, it's hard to see with the light. And then I pulled that border down into the center. So, and I was trying to figure out what this color was. It's 28 count something, picture this plus. My son picked it, so I can't remember what it's called. But hopefully you guys can see that okay. I made some progress. Okay, next is this. Did I work on this? I did not work on this. Okay, well, this one did not get worked on, and I had it out to work on, so we don't need to show that. See, I have coffee here, and I have some water, and I'm just trying to get through here. I feel like I just live on coffee now. Okay, this one is Eggs and Coffee by the Artsy Housewife. I am doing this on Picture This Plus Highland, 36 count, I want to say. And this is a project that I am doing with my friend Lisa. And this is where I'm at. So, I actually got a ton done on this. I finished the rainbow, finished this upper branch, got the eggs done, her hair. I did change the color of her hair. I don't think any of this is called for. So, yeah, this is where I'm at. I actually really like the way she's turning out. And I got that butterfly in, and I started on that flower before I put her down. I really like this one. It's funny though, Lisa really likes my colors and I really like her colors. So, and I'll have to put a picture in of what that one will look like when it's done, because, well, actually, let's see if I have it. Sometimes I have these things and sometimes I don't. Coffee. Nope. I just have the pattern. And, oh wait, here. There we go. That's what it'll look like. So I'm like a quarter of the way through. This has some dense stitching though. So, yeah. Okay. There's that. I keep finding like some stash that I got that I need to share, but I'm just like adding it to a pile right in front of me. Okay. So, next is my rose sampler. My pattern's gonna fall apart. This is what she will look like when she's done. This pattern is from 1988, I think. Ooh, sorry. Pretend you didn't see that. 1988, I think. And yeah, I got it at Goodwill and was dying to start it. I did start it originally on a much darker fabric. I don't have in here. But I restarted it on this one because the dark fabric just made it feel so sad. So here's where I'm at now. When I restarted, I just had this done on the other one. So now I'm this far. And this is a 32 count orange, no, peach something from Grace Notes Fabrics. Peaches and Cream from Grace Notes. And it is a really pretty, my light is not good, I'm sorry. Like orangey peachy, but it just makes the whole piece feel happy. So that is that one. I was really happy once I started stitching that on the new fabric and how the whole vibe of it changed. Just, it's amazing how a piece of fabric has that kind of control. Okay, so this is a pattern that I adopted from my friend. Let's see if this is this is what it will look like. It's by Little House Needleworks and it's called Orchard Valley Quilting Bee. So my friend Lisa started this and she just wasn't feeling it. But I wouldn't let her abandon it. Well, she did abandon it, but I took it over. I believe this is on a 16 count something. I'm not sure. This is where we're at. She stitched everything under these words. So I just am starting in that top corner, trying to make some progress. I think this is a Bee Stitch Me fabric, or it's a Picture This Plus, just based on the way that it feels. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I am writing the struggle bus. This is where I'm at. I got most of this girl's dress done, and we're stitching this with DMC. So the idea is just that I'm going to work on this until she's feeling inspired again, and then she can have it back. So there's that. Okay. Next is What Remains. I just have my working copy. It's not a great picture. This is by Blackbird Designs. I am doing this with my friend Lisa as well. We started it together while camping in the spring. And this is how far I am. I did make some changes. I changed the color of the house. It smells like campfire. So the house is charted to be like that gold color, but I didn't want it blending into the hill. So I changed it to blue and gray, which I really like. And then this here is the edge of the inside border. So this is how big it'll be. This is a 22 count Ada from Bestitch Me, and I don't know if it has a name. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. Her and I were camping together right before school started. So if you remember, she helped me with my whip parade. And so we try to stitch on that when we're together. Okay. Next we have... Oh, I thought I had a broken zipper. That freaked me out for a second. All right, this is Summer Quakers by Rosewood Manor. This is what it will look like. I'm getting so close on this one. I'm stitching it with the called for Valdami floss on a 28 count pink chocolate over 2, like the pattern calls for. The fabric is from Bestitch Me, and this is where I am. I honestly don't know what I worked on. I'm sure it was over here? Question? I think I was trying to pull this side down. So I think that's what I was doing. But this is where I'm at. This was a start along that Bridget, the Museum Stitcher, and Megan, the Seattle Stitcher, started years ago, and I hopped in on it because I already had the pattern. But yeah, that's where we're at, down there. And I'm just trying to pull this side down. I would like to say that this could be a finish by next summer, but the reality is that there are so many color changes in this that it is bananas. I do have the winter Quaker one that I could try to motivate myself. If I finish this one, I can start that one. But we all know how that works. Not well. Okay. And let's see. I don't remember if I showed you the cross. I'll show it again, just in case I didn't show it. Okay. This is Happy Campers by the Blue Flower. I work on this while we're camping. It is going to be for my daughter Cadence. I'm stitching it on a 32 count ivory even weave, and this is where I am. I did not do much on this. Gavin, they can come out of their kennels. Okay. You just gotta watch them. What? Nothing. Okay. This is all I did, was work on this flag. I still have to fill in this window. I think I might have done the chimney too, so that I could count up to the flag. And the G. I did the G. So, I think our next planned camping trip is Thanksgiving. This is a finish. Okay. This for Hawaii. Okay. So, I have 2 finishes. And 4 more projects to show. Okay, I'm just going to show this because I can't remember if I showed you already since I've already filmed this once. This is the embroidery pattern number 805 that I got from Embroidery Patterns PDF on Etsy. I am stitching it on a 40 count ivory for a friend, 1/2. This is where I'm at. I did work on it this morning up in here. This is going to be my new 25/7 piece because I really need to get some progress on this. So this is where I'm at, and this is what it will look like. And I'm currently just over 6% done on this. So this one will stay out for a while so that I can get some work on it. Okay. Let's see over here. Okay, this is a new start. This is Fleur de Noël from JBW Designs. This is the pattern. I am doing this differently than that. I'm stitching it on Higher Ground by Grace Notes Fabrics. It's a 32 count. This is a fabric that she did as a fundraiser for when North Carolina got hit by all the tropical storms last year. So it's a really, really pretty piece of fabric. But this is where I'm at. I got the A done. C and D are right here, and B will be inside this. So I just wanted a tone on tone kind of thing. I'm not very far, but I think it's really pretty, and I needed a new alphabet piece. I love stitching alphabets. So this was kind of like my back to school project when I went back. Okay, and it's going to show you the colors I'm using on this because they are not called for. So I'm using Mosale Lemongrass. I'm using Color and Cotton Hunter. And I'm using Color and Cotton Jade. Sweet. Okay. So now we have Rainbow Babies. I worked on this one for probably a week or two. I got a good chunk done. Let's see. Rainbow Babies. This is by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork by Kathy Armorall. This is what it is charted to look like, but I cropped it a lot. So it will look like this. It is a gift for a friend that I have been working on for almost 5 years already. So this is where I'm at. Usually I would do diagonals over on this side, but I was not feeling it. So I went over here and I pulled the cradle down, filled in a bunch of this. So yeah, if I have a before picture, I'll put it in. I don't know if I do though. This is really pretty, and it is fun to work on. It'll be more fun when I get into the rainbows and flowers. The flowers are all the way at the bottom though. So, and that one I don't really have I have no idea what my percentage is of being complete on that since I did crop it so much. Okay, last project to show you with is called Family Campsite. Oh, I do have another one to show you, but I didn't bring it in, so I won't worry about it. Okay. This is called Family Campsite. Artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It is a massive. This is what it will look like. I've been working on this a lot. This has been a ton of fun. Yogi does Amy Stewart Saturdays. So I have a couple different Amy Stewart patterns that mostly this one because it's fun. And I'm stitching this on a 18 count Ada. It's what I had. This is where I'm at. And when I was working on it last night, I was working on filling this in and filling in up here. I'm currently at 0.9% and I have 3,184 stitches in. Yeah, almost to the end. I just need them to be good for a few more minutes. Just a few more minutes. Okay. And this can stay over here too because it's what I've been working on. Okay, next is my finishes. And then I have a little bit of acquisitions to show you. And then we are all done. Okay. This first one is called Sweaters, Please. And if you remember in my whip parade, I was ready to chuck this thing in the closest fire pit. The pattern is cute. I don't like stitching this, and I don't know why. But Lisa convinced me to not chuck it in the fire pit and instead just finish the little bit I had done and finish it off. So while we were camping, that is what I did. So here is where I decided to call it done. I evened out the leaves on the side, finished filling in the grass and his jacket. This is stitched on a 32 count Whimsical Winter by Under the Sea Fabrics. And the pattern is by Cherry Hill Stitchery. Yeah. So I got to figure out something to do with that. But that is done. I like that part of the fun for this hobby is if we decide we like a part of a pattern, we can just stitch that. We don't have to do the whole thing. No one's gonna be mad at us. Okay, my other finish was Home Sweet Home. I stitched this in probably a month or two. This is by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. This is what it looks like. And I stitched this on a 36 count parchment with not all called for, but some. And this is where we finished. I love this. So I decided to leave the little bird out up here and just complete the E for home. And yeah, I think this turned out really good. I changed the color of the house, but I like this. This is my second finish. I also finished it on that camping trip. Okay, 2 finishes. That's pretty awesome. All right, now some acquisitions and then done. Maybe. I mean, I could talk about what I've been reading a little bit if you want. We'll see. We'll see how we're feeling. Okay. So, I have some pattern. I was watching a Flosstube and I think it's O Stitch what is it? Um, let's see if I can find it real quick. Um, Oh Stitch No, or Oh Stitch Please, or It Stitch Happens. I'll put it down here. It's a guy. I was watching his whip parade and he showed a pattern out of this Just Cross Stitch magazine. I believe this is from October 1998. And the pattern he is doing is called the No Worry Sampler. I bought this on eBay. One moment. Okay, so I showed you my pattern in the magazine. I did start that, but it's in my school bags, so because I've been working on it in the morning during meetings. Okay, and I did get September and October of Country Cottage Needleworks, the monthly mini samplers, or monthly mini villages. So here is September and October. So there's those. I don't like the little people in these, so I think I'm gonna like just stitch like 2 houses from each month. Yeah. Something like that. I don't know yet. I don't know. Oh, this one. This is called Spring Jack by Plum Street Samplers. This is what it will look like. I will not do it on white fabric though, because I feel like you need to be able to see that beautiful white pumpkin. Okay, and then I couldn't remember if I showed you guys this. I got this Autumn Love from Lori Holt. This is when our Joann's was going out of business, and I bought that. And then I got this one. This is the Prairie Schooler, book 49, Garden Verses. So, this is where I got it from. This, see if you can see. Okay, it comes with these 3 patterns. I bought it for this one. My friend Lisa showed me this complete that somebody had stitched, and I had to have it. So, yeah, there we go. I think I had some fabric, but I used it. I think that's it. Let's see. I have been reading. Part of like my self-care for every day is making sure I read 10 minutes a day from like a physical book. So I did read Fourth Wing, which I started over a year ago, which was bananas. But I was reading it during silent reading time in the classroom, and so I just wasn't focused. So I did finish that one. That was really good. So I bought the next 2. Whoop, whoop. There we go. The next 2. And I also am reading the Light Lark series. I finished book 1. I'm currently a little over halfway through book 2, and then I have the 3rd one up there. Book 4 comes out in December, so I'm excited about that. This is my to be read of physical books that I have. So, yeah. Those were both really good. I'm really, really excited about those series. So, I do read on my Kindle too, but I've really been preferring like the physical books in my hands. So, YouTube, I have not been watching a lot of YouTube. I've been listening to a lot of music just because my brain is so... I have been watching Crafty Gaming Jamie because her videos are short. And they don't take up a lot of brain space. Slow Stitch Yogi, I've only been able to watch like on Saturdays or Sundays for a little while. I tried it during my lunch break at work, but it didn't really work because I couldn't have sound on. And I just wanted to stitch with them, and I can't take full coverage stitching to work. So yeah, we are officially in the fall here in Oregon. We had the air show this weekend. So the weather, of course, has been really nice. But we're supposed to start getting rain. And our temperatures have been cooler at night. So that's been really exciting. Fall where we live is really lovely. It will rain until, I don't know, April, pretty much. So yeah, that is about it. I will try really, really hard to come back next month. I'm not making any promises. I have not been good at posting on Instagram, and I am so sorry about that. YouTube has been telling me to post pictures on my channel, so maybe I'll do that and see how that goes, because I take pictures of my stitching all the time, so I should just post them, but I forget. So anyway, that is all for now. I will try to come back in a month. If not, we'll see you when we see you. I hope you guys are all having a great school year, question mark, if you're back at school, or have kids back at school, and having a great fall otherwise. So thank you so much for watching. I hope I inspired you. Sorry I'm such a hot mess, but we will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.